So how's the coal tank this morning?
Oh, I love it. We get in every day. That's probably the best thing. I guess I'm getting a little bit older and run around so much. That's the first thing I do. I look forward to it. I think the kids are starting to look forward to it. They see us getting in and cannonball jumping, all that kind of stuff. So we're having a blast.
Can you do a cannonball into it?
I'm not going to. I go head first. So that's the way I roll. So.
It's kind of different, though, isn't it? This nice facility, you get to come back here now after
Yes.
a long day on the practice
Absolutely.
field.
I mean, this facility is the nicest in the SEC, and we just come right back in, hop in the cold tubs, come upstairs and eat, go to meetings, get ready for practice, have more meetings, and it's just a great setup.
Just about at the linebackers so far, and now they get over a week in the system and scrimmage under the belt.
Right. I'm just very lucky to have the group of guys that I have. Coach Bayless, Coach Mullen have set the standard for this program. And I think the group of guys that are in my room embody everything that this program stands for. Relentless effort, competitiveness, great attitude, getting better every day. I couldn't be more proud of the guys that I get to coach every day. Coming to the meeting, there's 12 of them sitting there wired, ready to get better. And, it's not like that everywhere. And, I'm just very fortunate to have the group of guys that I have.
What do you see from the younger guys like Richie and Benitez and how important it is
Yeah,
to get them on the field?
they actually had a really good day today. I thought they were okay in the scrimmage, and they, got after them a little bit. And they came out today and responded very well. Benardrick and Skinner and Bo and, Zach, all those guys are, when they get out to practice, they're wired, they're anticipating things, they're anticipating motions, shifts, checks. Richie and Benitez are about to get to that level, and I thought they took a huge step today, just anticipating things, making the calls, making the checks, moving their keys, and that was a big step for them.
What were some things you saw that stood out to you in that scrimmage?
The guys are flying around, great energy, great effort. At times in the spring, we'd come out and have a really good first half defensively, and then kind of, we'd let the three scrimmage, and then come out in the second half, and there was a little bit of a drop off. That didn't happen. When was the scrimmage? When was the scrimmage, Joe? Thursday. I don't even know what day it is. They came out after when the three scrimmaged, and they went back in, same effort, same intensity. And, we made a lot of calls, played a lot of defense, and, the guys didn't miss a beat with all the different things that we were doing defensively.
In basic sense, Geoff, how does your job change now that you're in control of the whole defense in terms of either on or off the field?
Right. And, whatever role that I'm given, I try to live up, whatever it is, take it to the very fullest of max. And so I've done that ever since I've been here. And, I guess the biggest change is every day we're together. Every day the D-line sees me. Every day the defensive backs see me. When we put in the defense, the whole defense is in the room. So they're all hearing the checks. They're all hearing the calls. It's one voice teaching the defense instead of the defense being taught from four different perspectives. And I think that's, that's good for learning, good for crossover. We had some guys doing some different positions today, kind of non-traditional, and they handled it and moved around, didn't miss a beat because they, have heard how to play this technique, heard how to play this technique. Now I'm just doing it from a different spot and, just fly around, have fun, and, execute.
Does it ease your necessity to be with the coordinator that you have so many veteran linebackers? You kind of trust them
Absolutely.
to do what they're doing.
And that, the neat thing is you see Benardrick. I mean, I know you guys have all seen me out there coaching and running around, but at times when I look out at practice and I'm standing back and I watch Benardrick or I watch Deontay or I watch Matt Wells, they kind of move and act and run around kind of like, I do in a sense. And, Benardrick is just a ball of energy. He is everything this program stands for, from a leadership, attitude, character, all those things. So I'm just, I'm proud of him and Skinner and those older guys that really have, stepped up and taken that coach on the field role.
I was Benardrick obviously had a very productive season
Absolutely.
last year. How does he, especially with Cam gone?
Right.
I mean, obviously you're looking for him to have another monster
Absolutely.
year. How does he get better?
His keys, his reads, his comfort in the system. You can just see him, the way he stepped up as a leader. Tyler's a great leader on offense, but Benardrick, on defense is just really, when you watch him out of practice, we've started doing this thing where we give out juice points. So whoever has the most juice or during a play, I think the other day during a practice, Benardrick had like 40 juice points, where the rest of them are 8 or 9. 8 or 9 juice points is really good. My dog Benardrick's at 40, and just every play he's doing something and clapping. I mean, all kinds of cool things. I couldn't do them, but he can do them. They're really cool. So
Is it fair to say he has to think a little more this year on
he
the
does
field?
absolutely.
How
And
does he handle that?
He has embraced it. He knows what every kid on that defense is doing. Same thing with Deontay Skinner. Matt Wells, the last 2 years, he's just relied on his athleticism, which is ridiculous, athletically, how athletic he is. But now you see him anticipating things. Offense will send a guy in motion. He'll be telling everybody on the defense where that kid's about to go. Just, he's not thinking about his assignment anymore. He's out there just playing football, and it's really fun to watch.
Bernardrick told us that y'all want to play 10 linebackers. Is that realistic at this point?
I would say 8 to 10 would be a great number. So yeah, that's good.
So you actually do keep track of juice points. Dan said he doesn't get the totals.
Absolutely, it's posted. It's posted on the walls. We have a grade sheet, and one of them is JC, stands for juice. Let's see who has the most energy, the most juice.
How are they graded? Like, how do you earn a juice point?
You got to show up on tape. We make a good play. We grade kids on the sideline. Darren Baldwin, the third day of practice, I don't know if he played more than 3 snaps. I think he had 11 juice points. Just because somebody would make a play and he would go nuts. So that's the kind of, when things are kind of going slower, it's hot out there, the guys that bring energy and bring juice are very valuable. And so we try to incorporate that and get it going. And, we did a stat, the more juice points that we had during the day, the more turnovers we would have. Because guys are flying around, they're excited to be there. Days where the juice points were low, not a lot of productivity, not as many turnovers, things like that. So
Is that like a sabermetric type thing?
yeah, sure. I love it. That sounds good.
Who came up with that?
I'm going to give Ryan McNamara credit. Ryan McNamara this summer said, hey, Coach, we need to do something to give guys that are celebrating. Because we always talk about having juice and energy out of practice. So we put that in the defensive grade sheet production.
Do coaches get juice
At the
points?
end of the week, you have the most juice points, that guy gets extra cookies at one
So
time.
like the juice master is what you're saying? No, we just do the alpha dog, and we always chart loaves. Whoever didn't give effort or whatever, we do a ratio loaves to juice. Whoever's the alpha dog, and so far this preseason, Bernardrick's been the alpha dog.
Do the players give the coaches juice points? Have y'all thought about that?
Well, I think it's a no-brainer. Who would win that in there?
You would say. Sky's out.
My dog.
Jeff, you talk about when to play 8 or 9 linebackers.
Sure.
With the way offenses are kind of run, have you guys had to reevaluate how you substitute, how you get
That's
guys
one
on
of
and
the,
off the
that's
field?
one of the biggest discussions Coach Mullen has had with us all summer. So just the substitution plan, what we're going to do. When they sub somebody, we got to have somebody ready to go in so that they sub, we sub. So there's got to be a plan. We have a substitution coach in place, so that's a big part of what we're doing.
You lost three cornerbacks, and I know he's a different position, but how big of a help is it having a Nico Whitley back, not only the senior, but kind of back to his old
Yeah, I mean,
self?
Nico looks great out there. I mean, he is flying around and making the calls, making the checks. And, the thing, the last couple of years, it's been Nico, Cam, and John Banks. Those 3 have talked every day, all day for 2 entire years. Now Nico's having 2 new guys that he's got to communicate with on every play, and he's kind of stepped up, making sure that on every play those 3 guys on his side are on the same page, and he's done a great job with it. Another thing is Jay Hughes, starting the last 5 or 6 games of the year, he's got some confidence, and being a coach's son, he's got great character. He's a highly intelligent kid, so he makes all the calls for us on the other side and does a really good job.
Other defensive guys have talked about this being a more attacking scheme than in the past, and even one of the offensive players said the other day that it's pretty confusing. They don't always know what's going on. Is that kind of part of the goal to just cause
There's
confusion?
no doubt. We don't want them to know what we're in on defense before the snap, and that's a big emphasis. Coach Hughes has done a great job with the safeties, just always trying to mix up the look. You talk about the Peyton Mannings, the Tom Brady's. If they see the same look 2 plays in a row, you're done. And with the sophistication of the offenses nowadays, it's the same way. So we try to make sure we're moving around, giving them different looks, and then having something, a different scheme that we go to off of it.
Related to that, then, how much does y'all have on Tyler Russell, who's so good at recognizing defenses and keeping
He
y'all
is
on your
legit.
toes?
Now, here's the neat thing. Every day we walk back from practice, the first thing that happens is Tyler and Dak come running up to me. Coach, what was that? What was that? What are you doing there? Those kind of things. And you see them, Bernardrick and Jay and Tyler and Dak, they're at a higher level of, talking and communicating football-wise. It's just a joy to be around and watch those guys interact.
In that same vein, Jeff,
Last question.
when you talk about being a starter, there's no more third down linebackers. There's no more third down defensive linemen. It's almost like if you tell somebody you're starting, you may not come off the field
Yeah,
for a while.
the thing we talk about is we're just above the line. You're either above the line, you can contribute and play in the SEC, help us win games, go against a great team like Oklahoma State, or you can't. And if you're above that line, you're playing and you're contributing and you're helping us win ball games.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.